You dirty bird. Hello, my miracles. How are you doing this day? It is close to Halloween, so I wanted to share with you my outfit. I am going to be Annie Wilkes from Misery, if you do not know. I absolutely love her character, so I thought it would be fitting to share with you my favorite Stephen King movies today. I hope you enjoyed it. And also, comment down below what you guys are going to be for Halloween. I wanted to do something that was simple yet on the verge of being kind of unsettling. So I thought this would be really awesome. So, dirty birds. Let's go ahead and get into it. So, I absolutely love Stephen King, my favorite author. I wanted to list from the top to the bottom in order. My number one is Dolores Claiborne. I love Kathy Bates almost in anything she does. This film is such an awesome depicted film. If you have not seen it, or if you haven't seen any of these, go ahead and go and check them out. I'm not going to get into too much description. I just wanted to share with you my top favorite Stephen King movies. So number two is going to be Pet Sematary. To this day, it still creeps me out. I have cats, but there's certain times where the cats look at me like that Pet Sematary way, and you're like, what in the world's going on? But I absolutely love Pet Sematary. Number three is, of course, Misery. I love Annie Wilkes. I'm your number one fan. And I love the seclusion of the movie. That is my favorite part, where there's no help in sight and you just have to kind of fend for yourself. I absolutely love that. Number four is the original miniseries of It. I did a movie review on the new It, so go ahead and go over and check that out. But I do love the original one, the characters, just the feel of the era that it was in. Absolutely love it. So number five is The Shining, and I was gonna go as Wendy Torrance, but I decided Annie Wilkes was way better. But again, the seclusion of that movie really makes you heavily involved in the scenes, the characters, just the building of the suspense. I loved anything to do with ghosts and eerie kind of hotels and resorts. Absolutely love it. So number six is 1408. I don't hear a lot about this, as I don't hear a lot about my next favorite one. It is, again, set in a hotel. John Cusack is in the movie, and it just really plays with your mind. And one of my favorite things is when the Carpenters come on to the alarm clock. We've only just begun. And I never thought of that song as eerie until I saw that movie, and I was like, okay, that's kind of creepy. So number seven is going to be Dreamcatcher. And again, I haven't heard a lot about this, but when I first read the book, I was really intrigued by it. I was creeped out. So I had really high hopes for it, and it did not disappoint. This is one of the movies where you have to kind of, to me, read the book and get a feel for the characters and what exactly is going on before you kind of watch the movie, because it sort of is, I wouldn't say hard to follow, but you have to understand the book to understand the movie, if that makes sense. So number eight is, of course, Christine. I love this car, the Plymouth Fury. It is a gorgeous car, and I always wondered after I read this book, do cars have feelings? Are cars possessed? And I know that's crazy to think, but Stephen King gets into your head and you just can't get him out of your head. It's very awkward and surreal and very creepy, and I really, really loved this movie. It is probably one of those movies where you just have to be in love with Stephen King and love the way that he words everything and just makes you feel like you're alone in this world. I don't know. I like that feeling. I don't know. Is that weird? I don't know. And number 9 is Thinner. Now, the one critique that I do have about this movie is the acting. The acting is not the best, but I do love the storyline where he is cursed and the people that are involved in the situation are cursed, and how each individual handles the situation. And I love the ending. Not gonna say anything, go and watch it. Then number 10 is Cujo. I have always been very afraid of dogs. I had a little incident when I was younger. So when this movie came out, after I read the book, I was like, okay, let's see how they're gonna portray all the characters and do this rabid dog. I still am uneasy watching this film. Even though it's in my favorites, I get creeped out when I see a dog. Thank you, Stephen King. Thanks. Number 11, and this is my final one, is The Dark Half. This again is like Thinner. The acting isn't the best, but the way that this movie is done is so awesome. We all have a dark personality, and I love the way that this one comes to light. Absolutely fantastic. And I have 2 honorable mentions, if you want to say. Apt Pupil. I don't hear a lot about that, and it's hard to find right now. I'm really waiting for it to come on Blu-ray. This movie scares the bejeebies out of me, and it's not because it's like horror, blood, and guts and everything. It's all in the mind, and it is so mind blown. I don't know. If you haven't seen it, oh my gosh, you've got to find it and watch it, because this movie will make you very unsettled. I don't know. So the second one is Stand By Me, and I don't consider this a horror movie at all. I love this movie because of the friendships that are in this film, the journey that they take to see just a dead body, and how they really come into themselves as young boys. The thing that really tugs at my heartstrings is the ending, where you find out what happens to all the boys. And to me, it's a coming of age movie. It's about a group of boys, but you can relate to each one of them, their personalities. So I absolutely love that, and I could not include that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I sure did. I love Stephen King. And if you did, click that subscribe button. Watch a miracle happen. Become a #1 fan. Was that corny? Yes, it was. Like this video. Did I say that? And I love you guys. I will see you next time. Goodbye.